Good morning, traders. I'm Emily Advani, the CEO of the Investment Banking Institute and your host here at NewsWare's Trade Talk. Joining me is trading anchor Bill Olson, who brings more than 30 years of institutional trading experience to our program. At Trade Talk, we provide the facts, themes, and trading ideas for the day ahead. Today is Monday, August 12th. We begin a new week as investors look ahead to a host of economic data due out throughout the week. On Friday, stocks ended higher. All three major indices posted gains. The Dow added 51 points, or 0.13%. The S&P 500 picked up 24 points, or about 0.5%. The Nasdaq advanced 85 points, or 0.5%. Bill, let's get into a new week with what is happening in the markets this morning.
Hi, yes, good morning, Emily. How are you? I'm watching the S&Ps. The S&Ps are positive. We're up 0.28%. That's a good opening. 0.28, that's a strong opening. It's not like, 1%, which is what we've been seeing, last couple of days, but the 0.28%, it just shows you that, the markets are, still, there's not a whole lot of market moving stories out there today, but what is out there is continuing the positive theme, the positive narrative, which is allowing the markets to continue to show some gains, at least in the pre-market. And this is a big week because we got a host of economic data coming out this week. And, the economic data, today and over the next few days is really going to be strong, especially Wednesday when we get those inflation numbers. That could really lead to some big swings in the market. In terms of, items happening, Disney's unveiling some new theme park extensions, expansion plans. That's positive on the stock. You're looking at shares of Disney trading a little higher this morning. And Starbucks, SBUX, they're trading higher this morning as Starboard Value Fund. They're joining Elliott Associates in taking a position in the stock. So Starbucks, SBUX, some good things could be, in the future. They might be able to turn that around. We got to wait and see, because the only other option really is for Howard Schultz to come back, and that guy can't keep doing a hat trick and come back a third time. What else we got? OPEC released its monthly report this morning. They slightly lowered their forecast, citing softer expectations out of China, but demand is still really at healthy levels. So that's positive. We're taking a look at the overseas actions. We're looking at Europe. We're looking at the DAX. The DAX is up 0.29% or 51 points. We're looking at the FTSE up 43 points or 0.53%. And the CAC is flat to higher. It was lower, but it's up 3 points. So we'll take that. Energy stocks higher in Europe. That's helping the FTSE, show a nice gain. We're also seeing in Germany, we're seeing gains in financial services and insurance stocks. That's helping leading to positive activity in the DAX. Last night in Asia, overnight in Asia, the Nikkei was closed. So, a lot of the flow just didn't happen because the Nikkei was closed. It was Mountain Day, I think it was. But the Hong Kong was opened. It finished higher by 21 points. The Shanghai market closed down, about approximately 4 points, 3.99 points overnight. Hong Kong was just limited volatility. Oil is up, about 1%. WTI is at $77.74 a barrel, whereas Brent is at $80.45 a barrel. See that it broke $80 a barrel. Now, OPEC lowered its 2024 oil demand forecast by 135,000 barrels per day. That is kind of big news, but the key focus is really on Iran, which is said to be days away from striking Israel. And that could cause nervousness in terms of the shipping lanes and moving oil. So we got to be concerned with that. And that's really what's causing oil to move higher this morning, Emily. That's what I have for you in terms of morning market update report.
And Bill, you mentioned there's right now no major catalysts this morning, but throughout the week, we're getting a lot of economic data. And in just a moment, we're going to do a preview on that. But before we get there, we will turn to earnings action. A few things to note here, some interesting ones to look ahead to. So, Bill, what is going on in terms of earnings?
Yeah, we had, nothing came out Friday after the bell, obviously. But this morning, we had Monday.com, ticker MNDY, Michael Nancy, David Yellow. They delivered a beat of 38 cents, and they did that on higher revenue. You look at that stock this morning, and it's trading higher by 10.77%. Then we also had KE Holdings, ticker BEKE, Boy Edward, Kilo Edward. They beat by 10 cents, and they did that on higher revenue. That stock's up, 4.92% this morning. So that was also a good winner. Upcoming tomorrow morning, we got Home Depot, ticker HD, Henry David. Their EPS is $4.55. Expected move is 5.88%. Then we have On Holdings, ticker ON, Oscar Nancy, Oscar Nancy. EPS is 19 cents. Expected move is 11.48%. Then we have SE, Sam Edwards, C Limited. Their EPS is 59 cents with an expected move of 12.52% when they release tomorrow morning, Emily.
And a quick note here, Bill, KE Holdings was your pick of the day on Friday, and we're going to do a check-in on that by the end of the show, so stick with us. Until that, now on to the economic events. No major ones today, but a lot of inflation data due throughout the week. And, as we prepare for what the Fed is going to do next, these can be market-moving reports. So, Bill, give us a preview of what we should be watching in terms of economic events.
Yeah, it's really limited today. I mean, there's nothing really significant. But tomorrow we get the PPI for July, the final demand data. It's expected to rise 0.2% for the month of July. But that's all I'm seeing really on the calendar. There's nothing specific today, Emily.
And now we're going to get to other market moving information. Although it might be light on the economic front, you are watching those earnings reports and you're also watching other types of news this morning, as you do every morning. You're looking at things like merger news, guidance news, shareholders meetings, buyback news. With NewsWare, you're able to group stocks together like your FANG stocks and your Dow 30 stocks, sifting through what else might be moving the markets. So, Bill, what else do you see is possibly moving the markets today?
Let's do a quick data check here. I got 6 lower, about 22 higher, and 2 unchanged. So yeah, we seem to be heading for a positive open. And then you look at your FANG stocks are all trading higher, with the exception of Tesla, which is essentially flat on the day. But in terms of like news on it, I mean, Tesla's flat on the day, but apparently Tesla CEO Elon Musk, he's going to be set to interview Donald Trump on Twitter today, or X.com. That could be that's interesting to me. I mean, Trump's really trying to make big moves on social media to try and court younger voters. I mean, he's out there. I don't know if this is really going to help him, but we'll see. But he's able to kind of send his message out to these younger people. It doesn't matter what he says. He placates to his audience, so he'll try and forecast comments that are apropos to the younger viewers. In terms of Dow Jones 30 stocks, we're talking Disney, ticker DIS, David India Sam. Disney's unveiled 2 new theme park expansion plans. They're really trying to enhance their visitors' experience because they know that's a weak issue with them. They're working on it. Could be a nice turnaround. We're talking Cisco, ticker CSCO. They're expected to announce another round of job cuts this week. And Boeing, ticker BA, Boy Apple, they got a $2.56 billion contract from the U.S. Air Force. Not bad. Merger news. Key Corp, ticker KEY, Kilo Edward Yellow, Bank of Nova Scotia, ticker BNS. They acquired a 14.9% stake in Key Corp. That's a $2.8 billion investment. That's pretty big. In terms of guidance news, Monday.com, ticker MNDY, Michael Nancy, David Yellow, they raised their full year 2024 EPS revenue view to 956 to 961 million. Now the street was at 947.79 million. That's a nice uptick. Monday.com, nice uptick. In terms of shareholders meetings, SPRY, Sam Paul, Richard Yeller, they're having a call this morning on the recent approval of one of the drugs, Neffy. That's going to happen at 8 a.m. Oppenheimer Tech Conference starts today. Verizon, Moody's, AI are all going to be there making speeches. And that's all I have. And let's talk buyback news for a second. KE Holdings, they increased their shareholder repurchase plan to $3 billion. I mean, it was $2 billion, so they increased it $1 billion. Ticker BEKE, Boy Edward Kilo Edward. So that was nice to see. But that's what I have for you about news hitting the tape this morning, Emily.
This is the type of data that NewsWare delivers daily. It's factual, it's market moving, and our alerting functions bring it to your attention as it happens. Go to www.newsware.com now and sign up for the trial and see for yourself the benefits that professional Newswire delivers. We've now made it to that time of the show for the Trade Talk pick of the day. But what do you have for us to start this week?
Going to go with C Limited, ticker SE, Sam Edwards, C Limited. Earnings are due out tomorrow morning. EPS is 59 cents. Expected move is 12.52%. You're looking at Friday's call volume. You had 8,020 calls traded, 8020, against 4,033 puts, 4033. Not 2-to-1, but close. And then you got the call open interest, which is 256,667 versus 224,118. Definitely on the positive side. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But, looking at the major brokers, they are positive on the stock. For the most part, they're raising price targets. They do have strong ratings on the stock, so I do like it. In last quarter's earnings report, the CEO goes out there. He came out and he said, our results in the first quarter gave us a strong start to 2024, and we are well on track to deliver on our full year guidance. That's positive. Listen, for me to get in the stock, I want to get in. Honestly, I want to get in between, 65 to 65.40, somewhere around there. I think I think that is definitely possible to get in there. But $65, 65.40. That's my entry price area that I'm hoping for this morning. But that for C Limited, and that's my pick of the day. C Limited, ticker SC, Sam Edward, Emily.
See if we can catch the wave with C Limited today. And coming up, we will do that recap on Friday's pick of the day, so don't go anywhere. But ahead of that, let's take a look at the current breaking headlines that have hit the tape in our Hot Off the Press segment. Bill, take it away.
B. Riley, ticker RILY, they suspended their dividend to prioritize deleveraging. Stock's down 24%. It's really after suspending that dividend. That's never a good sign. Pfizer, ticker PFE, they announced positive results on their RSV drug. LL Flooring, ticker LL, they're initiating Chapter 11 process, pursuing a sale. Tesla stops taking orders for its cheaper Cybertruck, but they're still offering that $100,000 version. Dell, HP, Micron, a U.S. appeals court on Friday upheld the patent and trademark office, for these firms, finding that they could stand, even though that the attorney who represented the tech companies later became the officer's director. Meta Platforms defeated an appeal by Children's Health Defense, an anti-vaccine group founded by Robert F. Kennedy. LMND, Larry, Michael, Nancy, David, CFO, is going to be presenting at 2:45 today at that Oppenheimer conference. That's all I have for you this morning, Emily.
Okay, Bill, before we dive into trading on this Monday, let's do that check-in on Friday's pick of the day, which was KE Holdings. We pointed it out earlier in the show. As you told us during your earnings rundown, they did report earnings this morning. The company reported Q2 adjusted EPS of 31 cents. The consensus here had been 21 cents. They reported revenue of $3.2 billion, ahead of consensus estimates of $3.09 billion. As you told us during your NewsWare alerts breakdown, they did extend their buyback program and are looking to buy back up to the $3 billion in that repurchase program extension. As you told us earlier, it is up this morning. How did your call work out?
Worked out fabulously. Let's face the facts. The stock opened up at $13.94. Which I kind of thought was a little high, but then it fell down to $13.78, and then it rallied towards the closing out at $14.03. And then you look at the stock this morning; it's trading $14.73. That's up almost 5%. That's like a 5% gain, after earnings. So not bad. It was a good percentage move. You got to appreciate that. BEKE Holdings, ticker BEKE, was a winner.
Gotta appreciate that. That's right, Bill. And that is a win. And we will check in with you tomorrow about today's C Limited pick of the day. Bill, thank you as always for your expert insight. Join us back here tomorrow and each weekday morning this week at NewsWare's Trade Talk, when we provide the facts, themes, and trading ideas for the day ahead. Again, I'm your host, Emily Advani, here with trading anchor Bill Olson. Traders, you know what to do. Let's go out there and make some green.